Okay. Okay, hello everybody. Today we have my mom, Norma Blanco. She's going to be making calzones from scratch for you all to learn and see. So take it away.
Okay, so we're going to start with making the mixture of the cheese. Okay, and the recipe basically for the dough is 1 cup of flour to 1 egg, a pinch of salt, and water. And of course, you use the water going slowly, and we'll talk about that. And that's the ratio. But today I'm making it 2 cups because that's really a very small recipe. Okay, so I'm using 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, a pinch of salt, and water.
Okay, so basically this recipe you could double, you could triple, you could quadruple.
If I'm making, let's say, 6 cups of flour, then I'll use 6 eggs. And then I'll put, of course, more salt.
6 cups of flour, 6 eggs, and then a lot more salt. And
slowly, so that you could see the consistency of the dough. Okay? Right now I have grated cheese, and I use the KitchenAid Mix Master. So mine is kind of fine. So that's why it could be 2 to 3 cups for 2 cups of flour for the dough. And yours is going to be thicker. I know you girls buy the grated cheese, which I don't buy, but sometimes if you want, you could put the cheese. My friend Susan puts the cheese in the Cuisinart just to get it finer because it's so thick and it's kind of hard to stick it in. It's like a ravioli we're making, so it's kind of hard to have it stick out when you're making it. So first I have right now 2 cups of flour. I'm gonna put 1 egg. And I'm gonna
say, if anyone has any questions, I'm looking at the chat, so you could either raise your hand or write in the chat and I'll answer your question, or we'll ask my mom the question and then she'll answer it.
Okay, so basically I'm mixing the egg with the cheese, and I see that with the 2 cups of cheese, it's kind of loose. So I'm gonna add some more cheese. So I already put 2, so this is like almost 3 really, basically, because mine is fine. If you're having the thicker cheese, it's gonna really
like a thicker grate
as fast. Okay, so so right now this is my mixture. You can see it, right? Can you see my mixture? Okay, so this is the mixture.
Somebody's asking, you might not use any water?
No, not of the cheese. In the cheese, you don't use any water. It's
but
just
for the dough.
We're going to use water. I have a half a cup here ready.
Okay, so we'll see how much you need and what the consistency should be.
Half a cup. Okay, so I'm going to put a pinch of salt because the cheese is very salty. Okay. I'm going to put the half a teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm going to mix everything. Okay. And now this is ready to go. This is ready to
see it. Could you tilt the bowl towards the camera?
Still mixing it if I want to see.
Okay. Finish mixing and then tilt it so we could see exactly what it looks like when it's
really supposed to be not mushy, but more firm. I like it like a little more firm. See? Now I'll show you. Look, I'm going to have, see, so it could be put together. Look. If you wanted it, it could stick together.
Got it.
That's it's not supposed to be eggy. Okay, so that I'm gonna put this on the side right now. Can I wash my hands?
Do you use Munster cheese or mozzarella? I think Munster, right?
Cheese, yeah. Munster. Yeah, I use cheese. Okay, so now I'm gonna start the dough because the mixture is ready. It's on the table, ready to go. Okay, so now I have the dough hook on my mix master.
So what's the dough hook?
You want to see it? This is the dough hook. This is for any kind of dough you use basically the dough hook. And what it does, it goes around and around, but easily. The other one mixes like a cake. It's like a cake mixture. This is what the dough. Okay, so I have measured here 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add it to my mix master. Okay. And then I have 2 eggs. Okay. And I will start mixing. Oh, and I'm going to put a pinch of salt because you have the eggs. You have to put the salt. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to start mixing it. And I'm not putting the water till I see how it's mixing. Okay, so first I'm going to mix it with the I have to keep mixing it because I don't usually use this little dough. You make it.
Show us the bowl if you can.
1 second, let me just put it. Okay, what do you want to say?
Like, show us what it looks like as it's mixing.
I don't know it yet. I didn't do anything. It's all flour. I'm just mixing the egg. So okay.
Okay.
The thing is, you gotta keep mixing from the side, the flour into the egg, because it's really not moving. So now I'm gonna put a drop of water. And I have a half a cup of water, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna use it all.
Could you show us the bowl?
What do you want to see? I didn't put the water yet.
Could you turn the camera towards the bowl so we see like how it changes with the water? Could you do that?
I didn't put the water yet. It's just. So now I am gonna start, I'm gonna put a little water at a time and I'm gonna mix. Because this dough can get sticky. If it does get sticky, then you're gonna have to put more flour. So I'm just gonna keep mixing. I'm gonna stop and keep putting it in the, I'm blending it together so that everything could get blended.
If anyone has any questions, they could write it in the chat or raise your hand.
What?
I'm just telling them if they have any questions.
Okay. Okay, so now it's really getting blended. I put water. And you know what? The reason why you have to see, I use large eggs, but sometimes each egg is different. Sometimes they're a little bigger. So because of that, you really have to watch the water. Because if you're using a large egg, I find sometimes the eggs are small and sometimes they're large. So that's why I try to control the water.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I just want you to know that it becomes a ball. That's how you know it's almost ready. Mine is almost ready. Okay, it's ready. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. This is what it looks like. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is basically what it looks like. So now this is kind of sticky. And a lot of times that's how it's going to be. So I'm going to go over. Wait, let me just go over to my table. 1 second. I got to wash my hands again. Okay. So don't be concerned if it's a little sticky, because usually no matter how little water you put, you don't want a ton of water, but no matter how little water you put, it is a little sticky. So we're just going to go over here to
Put flour on the table?
I'm going to do it now. I didn't do anything. I'm showing them.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, so right now, I'm taking the flour and I'm going to dust my table. And I'm doing it a lot, not a little, because it's sticky. So I'm just gonna take my dough and roll it in and work it a little.
Move the camera, drop down, like a drop. I know.
Down this way?
Yeah, a little bit more.
You're lucky I'm doing this. Yeah, it's gonna fall. Okay, now can you see it?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, okay, I'll do it here, this way. Okay, so just do it, and you'll see it's such a nice consistency. You see how it's moving?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I was lucky it did good. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a little more flour. And I'm also gonna roll my rolling pin into the flour, just so that it's dusted, because sometimes it sticks. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little piece at a time. Oh, I gotta get a knife, 1 minute. Okay. I'm gonna take a little piece at a time and I'm gonna roll it. So first I wanna flour it up because it's easier to roll. And I dust it off. And then I start rolling. Okay? And the thing is to roll it thin so that it's really like a beautiful dough when you roll it thin. See how it's rolling? It's rolling nice. And I do like a little at a time. I don't do the whole thing. I just have it here. And I do a little at a time. And I get it thin. You see how thin it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's thin. Now I take it, the mixture, and I take like a half a teaspoon of the mixture.
Of the
and
filling?
I put it in little balls.
Okay.
Okay? I gotta get the paper towel. Now, I learned from my mother, I used a little cup, but you could use a cookie cutter, but I happen to love the cup and I'm used to it. And the kids know you can't touch the cup. It's my cup. That's my Kelsones cup. Okay, so now I take it and I turn it over and I only do a half a moon. So now I'm gonna press hard here and I have my Kelsones.
That's gorgeous.
They don't all come out gorgeous. It doesn't matter. They taste delicious.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, you don't have to worry. So, but another thing I just wanted to tell you, I try to do it and waste as little dough as I can because I don't reuse my dough. I find that the dough, when you reuse it, it's a lot tougher. And I like the softness of the dough. It's like really fresh. Okay, so we're going to continue to do this. And I'm always rolling. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you're supposed to do a little flour on the tray before you freeze it.
You put wax paper?
Yeah, I put wax paper and I put a little, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to continue on. And this is basically what it is, little things. And you know, sometimes I need more cheese. Sometimes I have less cheese, but I try to, basically I eyeball it. That's my thing, I eyeball it.
Sometimes you have leftover cheese.
Right, and then I'll use it for something else or I'll make another batch. It depends how much cheese I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But usually, really, I make a lot of, see how they come?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what they are.
Yeah, you know exactly. It's great for Shavuot. It's great for any holiday during the holiday. And you put it with the egg noodles. You boil it up. You basically boil it up and you press it to see that it's soft. And then you put it in a
20 minutes, right? Boiled?
What?
Usually you boil it for about 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, you boil, I don't know, you boil, yeah, about 15, 20 minutes, maybe more. And you know, it depends how hard the thing is.
Like
Boil it, I put it in a casserole. I also boil noodles with it.
And butter, tons of butter.
And sometimes, you know what, girls, you should really taste the cheese
To see if
because
it's
sometimes
more
the cheese
salt.
is more salty and sometimes it's not. And that's how you're gonna decide how much salt you wanna put. But I also, when I cook it, I put salted butter because once you boil, it loses the salt, a lot of the salt, okay? And then we're continuing. Is anybody doing it?
I don't know. Is anyone making it now or they're just taking notes? Not sure.
No, no, just wondering. I should do a little more.
We are recording this, so if anyone wants to make it at any point, they could always go back to the video. Somebody is making it. How's it going? Any questions? Is it
How's the
going
dough? This dough happened to come out very good, by the way.
great?
I mean, it came out perfect. And I really used like a scant less of a half a cup of water.
So what challenges do you have with the dough sometimes?
Sticky, if it's sticky. See, right now it's sticking. I just dip it in and keep going.
Somebody said it looks like it's gonna open when they boil it.
Okay, that's why I press down hard on this glass, so mine don't open. You have to make sure that all the sides are closed. If they're not closed, pinch it hard, and then it'll stay closed. It shouldn't open though. If you're going hard with a cookie cutter or a glass or whatever you're using, it really shouldn't open. I mean, I don't have. Once in a while it does open. Look, once in a while it does open. Maybe the corner was not closed good or something, but usually I don't have a problem.
So basically push hard when you're closing
Yeah,
it.
you have to push hard when you're. And then I just keep getting rid of these ends to make it straight. And I try to waste as little as I can of the dough. Who's Sylvia? She's talking to her friend.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Poor
have
kid.
school soon, but she doesn't seem to care.
And a lot of times if I see like the side is not closed good, I will take the glass and like close it better with the glass, like the edge.
Got it.
Here, like this one, the thing was open, so I cut off the edge. I just took it like it looks like a bite mark, but it's not. Does anybody have any questions?
So far, so good.
Okay, here we go.
I like your apron.
I found it. If I'm gonna be dressed, I better wear the apron. I'm not changing. I never wear an apron. I wear a robe. I'd be in a robe.
So if anyone's tuning in late, we are recording this, so we're gonna post it on dsnlive.org, and you could refer to it at a later time, and we'll have the recipe attached to it, so you can have everything ready and do it with the video.
Okay, now I'm doing the next batch.
I didn't know there was more. I thought that was
No,
it.
well, that's what I'm saying. There was 2 cups. Usually 2 cups will make about probably 40, just to get an idea. So far I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 15. I got 15. So from this I should get another 20 at least. Maybe not. Who knows? I never counted. I usually,
Oh,
I
someone said, how
time.
thin do we roll the dough? So very thin, right?
Thin, very thin, yes.
You want to show them again as you roll it?
Okay, here, look. See? Can you see it? It's thin,
I see.
very thin.
So the thinner, the better.
Right, but of course, don't break it, but the thinner the better. I keep going over it. And it's not hard, girls. Once you learn to make it, the dough is easy. It's really, everything's easy. It always looks harder than it seems.
Yep.
I mean, everything I ever made was hard to begin with, and then, of course, comes natural.
I make mistakes on everything I make for the first time.
On first time, more than that. Me, I'm saying more than that. We made a lot of mistakes. I threw out a lot of dough. I mean, it's all the whole thing is the water. You gotta really control the water. That's basically because the egg is there and everything else is there. So it's really the water that's gonna make it mushy, and you don't want it mushy.
It's a little similar to sambusak, though, no?
No, not at all. Sambusak is with butter, and this is
Right.
no. This is a pasta dough. A lot of times people make extra, and they make noodles.
With this dough?
This dough, yeah, it's a pasta. And the truth is, I never did it. I think my mother used to do it years ago, in the old days, but I never did it. I never did, and I don't reuse the dough either.
If anyone's making it, send pictures to DSN on Instagram. You could DM or send them to me if you have my number, and I'll post them.
And I'm always pushing it around in flour so it doesn't stick to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to the table and stick to the
You add more flour to the table, or it's pretty good?
I already added a generous portion, so I just used what I had. I mean, sometimes I have to, yes. Sometimes I have to, keep putting, but today I didn't.
Hey, you want to come see her? Okay.
What's she doing?
She's gonna come say hi. She's washing her head.
I love her. She sends me emails all the time, that little cutie.
I have a question. Can they post the recipe of the dough?
Yes, we are posting the recipe along with the video. This video is actually recording, so it's going to be posted on the website with the recipe. But I sent the recipe here. Do you want me to send it again?
Please.
Where'd you send it, Frida?
We put it on dsnlive.org, and then on the website, there's a link called Virtual Fun.
Hi,
And we put it, all our videos are there. We have string cheese making with Nicole's Kitchen. We have cookies with Sari Sweets. We have cookies by my mom. We have a lot of videos there. So anything you want to see is there. Virtual.
Okay, thank you.
I'd love to see how the cookies came out, if anybody made them.
Do you hear Danielle?
Yeah, where is she? I heard her, but I don't see her. Where are you, Dan? Where are you? I hear you, but I don't see you.
She's busy. She's making calzones.
Oh, I'm making calzones.
Grandma's making calzones, you see? Danielle eats all that calzones, right?
Look, calzones.
Calzones is the one with the noodles. Look, see?
like ravioli.
I'm gonna make it for Shavuot.
You have already.
I have bags in my freezer.
Bigs?
No, a bag, but a big bag.
Yeah.
Well, share with the rest of the family.
Oh, hi, Gladys.
Hello, somebody's getting dispatch.
I'll take it.
I promise.
Go, sold.
Yay.
Anyway, you would ask my friends. I told them. I said, the truth is, I would have made 6 flour now and just made it, but I said I don't want to mix everybody up. So.
I don't need, so you give to Gladys.
You weren't giving. I was going to give Michelle and Gladys and Margaret. You weren't getting. I know you have.
There you go.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What else are you making, Gladys? For Shavuot.
Well, I think I'm gonna make an Oreo cheesecake.
Yeah.
Somebody's making cheesecake tonight at 8 o'clock.
Oh, so I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Raquel,
Oh, and I want to make lemon bars.
ooh.
Yeah.
You want to do it on Zoom?
What do you think?
Also, tomorrow, Evelyn Safdie's making rice pudding. So whoever wants to make
Oh,
rice.
that's cute.
You better get
You
her.
and-
What do you call it?
Did you end up putting water in the dough? Because it says on the recipe you might not use.
She did. She put
Oh,
the
you
little, tell her
no.
that the water now.
A half a cup of water, but you might not use the whole half a cup.
Oh, okay, I understand. Okay.
Like right now on the
Slowly.
2 cups, on the 2 cups of flour, I used a scant less. Wait, I'll show you. No, I used the whole half a cup. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is what I have left. This is what I have left.
And she
Okay.
did a double recipe.
But it really depends on your eggs. The eggs,
Right.
sometimes, some people use, large, they don't have large, so they use extra large. So you can't really make it watery,
Right, you're right. True.
So that's why I said, put the half a cup and see, if you don't use it, you don't use it. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'll show you the product.
Show us the
And I'm putting it on the tray. Okay, so I want to count how many I got.
Okay, you do that.
Well, don't you shape it a little? Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing over there?
I got 33. And I have very little cheese. Look at the cheese. But my cheese happens to be very fine. I'm just telling you. I use
Very
3
finely grated
I
cheese.
use 3 cups of cheese to 2 cups of flour.
Show us your tray.
I'm showing you. 1 minute, 1 minute. Here, look.
Beauty.
Okay? They're like half moons.
Mm-hmm.
And I freeze it on the tray and then I put it in a bag.
Anyone has any questions, now's the time.
How did you seal them so they don't open when they're boiling? Did you wet the
No,
inside?
you have to listen to me. I'm going to just show you here because this is extra dough. I'm just going to show you. Let me get the flour on here. It's not going to do it. Okay, so when I do it, I'm not even putting cheese because I don't like to reuse the dough. So when I do it, it's thin. So now I fold it over and I take the glass and I make a half moon and I work really hard to make it sealed.
She pushes very hard with the glass.
Very hard.
Closes
And
very
that,
well.
yeah, and see, it's all sealed. You can't, there's no opening. See, there's nothing open. So it shouldn't open when you do it. If it's not closed good, it is gonna open. You really have to press hard with a cookie cutter or a glass or anything like that because you wanna seal it.
The bowl in the fridge. Got it?
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Auntie Sylvia.
Oh, hi, Sylvia.
I've been here, but I didn't comb my hair yet, so I didn't want you to see.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Norma, tell them why, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Tell them why you can't roll out half the dough all at once.
Oh, because first of all, I like to roll it out thin. So, and I get the feel of I do a little at a time so that I can do it thin. And I don't really roll out the whole piece and do it. I really roll out half, do it, and keep going. So it's moist. It stays moist.
Stays moist.
That's good, because I used to years ago do like half of it, roll it, but this is better.
No, this is better. This I learned is better. And it's easier because then I could control how much less I have to throw away.
See, you don't wait.
Some people take, like, this is what I have left, and this is being skimpy. I'm skimping. You probably could reuse it if you want, but when you cook
Out
it,
tougher.
you'll see the difference.
But you know what? We used to make the noodles, make more.
Yeah,
and
I used to make the noodles. I make noodles. I know.
it's very easy, but we used to do the noodles and just cut it with a knife, put the flour, let it dry a little. That's how we used to do it.
I see. I never did that. I never.
The same
did that.
What you're doing is harder, but I just remember doing a lot of noodles.
Yeah, I know. Mommy used to do the noodles. She never she always wanted to, but she made extra to do it.
Right,
But-
but the dough came out nice.
And you don't have to worry about the shape. I mean, the shapes, eventually you'll get. Sometimes it's a little different. It's fine. You know, it's fine.
Great
You know.
job, Ma.
Yep. You did a
What?
nice.
Great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
They're alone?
Huh?
Are you being videoed or are you alone?
Yeah, I'm being videoed.
Oh,
You're
because
live,
I'm-
Auntie Sylvia.
I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna be alone. How am I gonna hold my hand? and-
Also, you
No, phone.
stop it.
Phone. I leaned it on my vase.
Yeah, but if you're leading it on what?
My vase. I have my iPad on my vase.
Oh, okay, okay.
Prop it. You have to prop it on something.
I have to prop it on something.
Can you do it on the computer? Can you get Zoom on the computer?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Because I have products, things I'm gonna be showing, masks,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. So you could do it.
Okay, you did a very nice job.
Thank you,
Thank
Ma.
you.
Awesome job. If anyone has any questions, last chance. Or you can always text me and I'll find out the answer.
The dough came out beautiful.
Yeah, it came out
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Let me know when to